What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So, over the past weekend, we had a regional at Liverpool, and the past 2 weekends, every top 8 has been totally different. Let's go look at that real quick. So, the Brisbane first weekend we had back for regionals. If you notice, it was all primarily like Mew. So, like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 Mew decks. 1, 2, 3, 4 Arceus decks. So we're split 4 Arceus and 4 Mew. And then Salt Lake Regionals came around, and we had, Arceus, Gengar, Suicune, Gengar, Arceus, Gengar, Arceus, and Jolteon. So we had this Arceus Gengar field to counter all the Mew decks. And then going to Liverpool, it's, once again, totally different. The highest played deck, looks like it's actually Malamar, Arceus, or Mew, because it's split right now, right? So there's Malamar, Teleon. There's a Malamar, Teleon. There's Arceus and Teleon. Arceus, Moltres, Mew. And we have a Zoroark Control and a Rapid Strike Urshifu and Teleon deck, that one, which makes me happy because if you watched the video Friday where I talk about the top 5 decks that I would play for regionals, my number one suggestion was play a Rapid Strike deck. Now, before we look into this deck, this list is totally different and nowhere near close to the list I was playing. But it is cool to see like a Rapid Strike deck did win. That means we had a Single Strike, Rapid Strike, and Fusion Strike deck win the past 3 weekends. So if anybody says this meta is like, figure it out, we know what we're doing, that's 100% false. I think it is proving that like real life play has like a very different, diverse meta than like the online meta probably is what it seems like. Because it was like pretty much Mew just like topping everywhere on the online meta, and like it has drastically changed since then. So let's talk about the bottom to the top, and we'll definitely talk about some more interesting stuff. So let's go with David with his top 8 Mew decks. So we have Mew, Genesect, Meloetta, Oricorio, Feud 3 with that here. It looks pretty. So it plays, it does play the 4 Tower of Darkness, which I do love a lot. Being able to discard like a Single Star card and draw 2 just to get the extra if you need to. It played 1 less Rotom Phone. I think it plays 1 less Escape Rope. It plays, so that's how they fit 2 more. And how they fit the 4th one in here, I'm not 100% sure on top of my head. But I know for sure they cut Escape Rope. They cut a Rotom Phone, added 2 more Tower of Darkness, and they cut a Mew VMAX for a 4th Tower of Darkness. So that's the changes from the Australia list. Mew VMAX, Escape Rope, Rotom Phone, and added a 4 Tower of Darkness. Cut the other one, whatever it was, they draw 3, whatever. But I do like Tower of Darkness a lot. Be able to discard Tower of Darkness to keep drawing more with your deck. So in 7th place we have Chrysowalentis with an Arceus, Bidoof, Moltres, Zapdos, Crobat, Dunsparce, Pumpkaboo. Kind of a checkmate deck. We talked about this in an interview on Saturday, so if you want to learn more about the deck, go watch that. I believe 1 Moltres and 1 Moltres, but of course it played Clara. It only played 1 Clara. That's pretty interesting. Usually we'll play 2 or something to get back multiple times, because that way you can get back, But it does play Palpad, which is definitely something very interesting in this deck. I don't think the one that made top 4 played Palpad, so that is a change in this list. Maybe we did play Palpad, I just don't remember the list very well. I haven't seen it since Saturday, so it's been a minute. Chance Care to pick up your Damus Arceus. This list is playing Dunsparce to counter, making it where your Arceus aren't weak. But it also makes colors Pokemon play both yours and your opponents have no weakness, so you also like counter their own weakness as well. So it's kind of iffy with Dunsparce, because like if your deck's to beat, Zapdos is to beat the Dunsparce or beat the Arceus decks, but they also play the counter. Like when you put down Dunsparce, I'm not sure. Pumpkaboo is a pretty cool inclusion because this pretty much makes it a quick ball turns into like a field blower or something like that. Because you quick ball for Pumpkaboo, put down the Pumpkaboo, right, and discard a Stadium and play. The only problem is it stays in play. I guess you could Stampede for 20 if you really wanted to. But I don't see that being very nice. I do like the Energy Switch in here. That's a card that we talked about in the interview. Be able to Energy Switch like into an Arceus. Like, let's say you get the Arceus down turn 1, but you miss the energy. If you get like Galarian Moltres or Galarian Moltres not V down, and then like Energy Switch to Arceus V, and it has a DTE, you're attached turn 2, because if you miss the energy turn 1 without the energy switch, you really have no way to attack unless like something gets knocked out in your Raihan. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of one-ofs in here. Marnie, Raihan, Claire, Escape Rope Switch, Energy Switch, Pow Pad, Choice Bell, and 1 Fighting Energy. So congratulations, 7th place with like RCS Checkmate deck. Next up, Omnipoke himself, Mr. Joe, getting top, what was it, 6th place? Yeah, 6th place with Malamar and Teleon. Now, I think this list is exactly the same list that we've seen. But instead of boss, it played an escape rope, which is still pretty cool. Be able to switch out the active with the bench if need be. Did play the same old 1-1 Italian. I think the list that got second did play 2 of the shady dealings and none of the quick shooting, while this one plays it's kept with the quick shooting. 4 Safeties, 4 Karinas, 4 Brawley. Pretty good deck. It's just really good. Malamar's proven that it is definitely one of the better contenders that people were like not really looking into. So next up is going to be this interesting deck. It is, can we open as an image? So it is a Zark control list by Sander. I think that's how you say his name. He's always doing fantastic things with control, so I'm probably not the best to explain this deck because I don't understand it a lot, but you use Zark to go into stage 1s. And if you notice, you have like Dusclops that can go with the Dust Snore. Dust Snore is going to make it where all special energies provide the colors instead of the energy requirements. You have Cinccino to draw cards, Gordomize to draw. You have 7 cards in your hand. You have Altaria, which prevents all damage by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V and GX. So that can just win you games against that. There is a Rabumbi that moving energy from when your opponent's active Pokemon to one of their bench Pokemon. So you can like bring somebody to the bench to the active, and get it stuck in the active spot, and then you can move energies off it to the bench if they run out of switch cards. Wheezing is there to shut down abilities if you need to. I'm not 100% sure which abilities we're trying to counter. Evital is in here to discard special energies. Gorbice is in here to make it where Rapid Strike Pokemon play have no abilities. So that's pretty cool as well. Remember, your Zorks can transform into any of these like stage 1s, which is pretty nice. Manaphy protect your bench. Pumpkaboo to draw cards. And like Eldegoss is kind of like your main way of how we're doing stuff. So I know like one of the big ways to play this deck is to use Eldegoss. You put the Pokemon down, you can Happy Match, you put a supporter card from your pile to your hand, right? So you're going to get back your supporter cards over and over again. And then you have cards like you have Float Up. You do 50, shuffle this Pokemon or card stash into your deck. So then you can send up whoever. You can send up the Weezing if you want to. That's probably who you want to send up, either the Weezing or the Altaria. So it's like this weird lock thing. You Eldegoss into Weezing Altaria. Then you shut down like their Rapid Strike Pokemon with like Gorbice or something like that. Rabumbi, if you want to move the energy. Dustin is going to prevent energies being attached. Yeah, Boss Order. I don't know what Flannery does. What does Flannery do? Discard a special energy when you put a Pokemon and a discard a stadium in place. We're going to discard energy stadiums. Bird Keeper to switch. Chain Care to hear one of your colors Pokemon. If need be, you put it back into your hand as well too. Because it has a damage counter to put it back in your hand, so that's pretty interesting. Pierce, search for a Dark and a energy card, Dark Pokemon energy. If you want to see your support or see your prize cards, Team Yell Grunt. It's going to shuffle the 3 combination of Pokemon and supporter cards, except for Team Chairs from your discard pile into your deck. That's how you can get back your supporter cards if need be. Crushing Hammer is the main thing in this deck. We want to get rid of energies, right? We have Rabumbi to move energies. What the heck? Somebody's trying to hack my computer right now. Rabumbi to move energies, Dusknoir to make it where energies don't count. Crushing Hammer is going to discard the regular energies. Love Ball, Quick Ball, Ultra Ball for 5 Pokemon. Scoop of Net. What does Pot Helmet do? If this Pokemon's card statue doesn't have a Roblox, it takes 30 less damage from attacks. Your opponents have to find weakness and resistance. So I guess make Artaria even stronger if need be. Galar Mines, so they need 2 retreat costs, 2 DT, and 4 capture. There's no way I can do this deck justice, trying to explain what it does. Like I said, the big thing is using Happy Match, find a supporter card, float up to back in your hand, loop and stuff like that. It doesn't go back in your hand though. It shuffles back into your deck, which is the kind of interesting thing. Right? So that's kind of the only bad part. It shuffles back into your deck. So I'm not sure how he kept reusing this. Like I said, I'm probably the worst one to explain it. There's probably somebody who's gonna make a video with Sander to explain the deck more. Zora Control is a thing. It could definitely be a thing. And I think he wanted to play Poliswine or Polisand or something, but couldn't find the card or something like that. Yeah, So back to our regular programming. Sander, like it's always doing crazy things with control. Best control player of the game right now. I don't care what anybody says. Top four is Alessandro. Alessandro, I guess how you say his name. I apologize. Just Arceus with the Teleon. Did play a Galarian Moltres to counter the Mew decks if need be. So that's pretty cool. We do have a Crobat VMAX. Now Crobat VMAX does like a couple of cool things. The first thing is it makes your Crobat V like basically gain 120 HP. Now it's this 300 HP Pokemon, right? But not only that, it has like Stealth, Poison, 70, and you can switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So it's basically doing hundreds of 200 Mew. So it doesn't really like knock out Mew unless you get Max Cutter off. But like Max Cutter needs 4 Dark and 3 DT, or 2 Dark and a Color Star is reading the energy count. So I don't think you're like Max Cuttering, but I guess if you get Max Cutter set up, you're definitely taking a knockout. So that's pretty cool. But I think the good thing in here is the Moltres, right? And then you have the Claire, of course, to get back to Moltres. If Moltres takes a knockout of Mew and they knock out your Moltres, you did take a knockout, another knockout. So that's pretty good, right? If they take 3 prize cards, you're one-shotting them. So yeah. So because you're doing 340 at that point. Outside of that, it's good list, just consistency, right? 2 research, 2 balls, 1 Marty Judge, Melanie. You have like the Drizzle line and the 1 Atelion. Ooh, interesting. Not the quick shooting, just the 1 shading. So yeah, Palpad to get back to your supporter cards too. Seems like there's a lot more Palpad in the European list than anything else. That's pretty neat. So then interesting to talk about. 4 Darkness, 3 Turbo, 2 Capture, 2 Water. So yeah, just a very teched out Arceus Helion list. Third place was another Mew Genesect. Let's see if we can figure out what the difference was. So we have the same here. I think it plays 1 less boss order, if I'm not mistaken. It still plays a Rotom Phone. It plays 3 Kyurem instead of 4. So they put a Rose Tower in there. So we're playing Rose Tower, which I think is fine. So boss for Rose, Cram for Rose, and then, yeah, that's it. So that's the difference right there. Cram and boss for 2 more Rose. Like I said, I do like the other stadium instead. Mew still do Mew things. It's dominating still. It's proven it's good, right? Still made 2 places out of top 8. Second place was Malamar Teleon. We talked about this deck on Monday and how good it is. It's just a really good deck. I think it's, it was underrated. Like going to Liverpool making 2 top 8 spots. I imagine we will see a lot more Malamar and Teleon going forward. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then the first place list is a deck that has many, like, you thought the Zorak deck was crazy. Robin Schultz, the Limitless, I don't know if like Robin's like the Limitless. When I think of Limitless, I always think of the Schultz, like, so I think of the brothers. So I think of both of them. So I don't know which one does more. I have no idea. I could be like way off. But I always know Robin is like, I think, 2 more Limitless stuff. I don't know. I could be way off. But in there, Robin, and as part of the Limitless team, creates the website, creates the tournaments, saved the Pokemon community when COVID hit, and won a regionals. And I think it's his first regionals he won, even though he's won Worlds before, which is crazy. So Robin's list is pretty insane. Best way to look at it, of course, is as an image on here. It's a lot. So it's an Atelion list. It's a Rapid Strike. Atelion playing it only a 2-2 line. Doesn't seem like a problem at all. Obviously, he won. One Octillery to search for any Rapid Strike cards. Like Drizzle just makes it act like really consistent. Like you play all these one-up supporter cards, right? Cynthia, Xenia's, Birdkeeper, Raihan, Sonia, Claire, Boss Order, Cheryl, and Fiona, right? There's literally no Marnie. So you're not playing Marnie this deck. You're not playing any kind of research, which is very interesting. And you have cards like Snorlax to draw. You have 7. Moltres to take down Mew, right? Once again, if they knock out 1 Urshifu VMAX, then Moltres can one-shot a Mew and then do it again because you play Claire and then you have Drizzle to find that. So that's pretty cool. 4 Scoop Net to reuse the Drizzles, Evolution Instance to find those Drizzles because like that's how good Drizzle is. 4 Love Ball for 3 Click, not 4. 2 Energy Switch to find those Dark Energies, of course. Palpad to get back your supporter cards. Once again, you're playing 1 of everything, so that's going to be really good. Or Nora to get back your Pokemon energies. Telescopic Psych, so that way your G-Max Rapid Flow is doing more damage and can potentially knock out Pokemon too. And then you have cards like Medicham. Medicham is going to put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If your opponent's knocked out by this attack, take another turn. That's pretty cool. This is very easily done because like we could do G-Max Rapid Flow, right? It does 140 plus you got the Simeon, right? So you do 140, and then you have this Telescopic Sight, so you do 170, right? Which doesn't knock out a Crobat, but then Medicham come in and knock out Crobat, and then you can do something else, knock out something else, and then you're good to go. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Medicham is a good card. It's just very hard to set up knockouts, but Robin found ways to do it and did a fantastic job over the weekend. 5 Dark, 2 Fighting, and only 3 Rapid Strike Energy. That's all he needed. That's all he needed to win the game. Very interesting deck. There's a lot of one-offs. I could never play a list like this. I would forget what's prize, like Cynthia drawing, 8 cards when he's knocked out. I don't even know what Xenia's does. Draw a card for each Pokemon your opponent's in play. Sure. Bird Keeper to switch. Rhydon attach. Sonia to find basic Pokemon and basic energies. Once again, it's really good with Moltres, right? Claire to get back, the Moltres and energies. Boss Order. Cheryl to heal your Urshifu VMAX. It's just sure there's no switching cards outside of the one Bird Keeper to keep up with the Gale Thrust. But I guess that's fine because if you Gale Thrust twice, hypothetically speaking, and you get a G-Max Rapid Flow, you beat the Arceus decks. So that's really nice. And I think people are talking about now they can put Mew in their decks, but I think even with Mew, Rapid Strike just beats that deck still, or beats any decks with Mew. So yeah, congratulations to Robin for getting first place. Winning it, I'm pretty sure winning his first regional. Shout out to the Netherlands. They made 3 of top 8. They have won. I'm pretty sure both team challenge, right? I think they won both the team challenges so far, and they took 3 out of 8, so they know what they're doing. And then on PokeStats, you can find more information too. You can see what made top 42 because they did cut to a top 42 overall. But yeah, it's interesting to see that back-to-back weekends, they all have different things. All different different decks winning and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And it's interesting to see what happens this next weekend because there is another one. I think it's in Brazil. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember exactly where it's at. I think there is one this weekend. It is streamed. So it'll be pretty cool that we will have a stream. It's not Pokemon stream. I think they're regional. It's just somebody streaming it there. So pretty nice. We will have coverage this weekend. And we'll see. Will a 4th deck come out? Who knows? Maybe, I don't know. We've seen, like I said, Single Strike, Rapid Strike, Fusion Strike. Will we see a Jolteon deck win? I don't know. Will we see something else that's not any of those radars? We'll see. It'd be very interesting to see. Maybe Malamar finally take a win this weekend. Hopefully. That'd be pretty cool to see too. But yeah, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something new. Test out some of these decks. The 2 big ones are, of course, going to be Rapid Strike and these are Control. Those are crazy decks, and I can't wait to see what people come up with them going forward. Congratulations, everybody made top 8 and top 42 and everything else. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, guys, hit the subscribe button. See you tomorrow for X-Men Thursday. Alrighty. Bye.